The only reason we're able to walk the barrier islands of Texas, every mile of them, is because of the Open Beaches Act of 1959. Championed by then State Representatives Bob Eckhart and Babe Schwartz, the act guarantees the public unrestricted access to the shore from low tide to the line of vegetation. And for decades, public property moved with the tide line.
However, in the 2012 Severance versus Patterson decision, the Texas Supreme Court ruled that owners would retain their property rights even after the tide line changed as a result of hurricanes. The decision would keep the public off of sections of beach, now deemed private. As a result, the General Land Office has canceled beach nourishment projects on Galveston and other Texas coastal areas because of the implications of using public funding for now non-public lands.
Texas is one of the few places in the country where the beaches are accessible to the public, and the people of Texas have voted to enshrine that access in the Constitution. For our part, anything that limits the access to the shore would mean we couldn't do this journey, and it's something we shouldn't take for granted. The coast may be Texas' last great gathering place.
Like Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah, everybody
next to each other.
When we started researching this trip, we met up with Ellis Pickett, the founder of the first chapter of the Surfrider Foundation in Texas.
Doesn't have anything to do with hurricanes. That's it.
Ellis had been up and down the coast his whole life, and he knows it as well as anyone. Once the trip began, Ellis offered to join us for a few days, but got so wrapped up in the adventure that he became determined to help us reach the finish. To escape the elements and grab the occasional shower, we decided to stay in houses instead of tents, and we weren't sure we'd have room for one more. But like any true surfer, he didn't mind sleeping on couches. So we had a beach-loving guide shadowing us as we made our way down the coast.
I've been surfing since 1963. Fell in love with the coast, enjoyed it, had a great time. Now that I'm 74, I want to make sure my grandchildren have as much enjoyment of the coast as I have. I volunteered to be a helper, and his initial intent was to get an interview with me of my knowledge of the Upper Coast. But as we progressed along, starting at Sabine Pass, my intimate knowledge of the coast that we were driving down, I was able to help guide them through problem areas and give them a lot of education on what's happening on the upper coast and how the battle between the builders and the Gulf of Mexico is going. After the first day, I was asked to stay the second day, and I was enthusiastic. I'm loving this. This is great. It's a great way to get information out to the people, get them involved, get them informed, and make things happen to preserve the coast. So at this point, I've kind of been from a tag along to an actual member of the team, and I really appreciate the invitation, and this is going to be a hoot. I expect this to be my last great adventure.
It's impossible to talk about the Texas coast and not talk about development. In Galveston, development means a few things: housing, visitors, and jobs. Something that the community needs. The two